Throughout the course of history, there have been thousands of world disasters. These disasters have been responsible for the deaths and misery of many and have had some of the most devastating aftermaths. A few special people, however, have stepped forth to help during these difficult times. One of these incredible individuals is Dr. Hernando Garzon. Dr. Garzon was born in Bogota, Colombia, and moved to New York City with his family as a child. There, he went to New York University for medical school and is now an ear doctor working for Kaiser Permanente. He also serves as the EMS director for Sacramento County. He has worked for international relief organizations such as Relief International and Doctors Without Borders. One of Dr. Garzon's major relief efforts was at the World Trade Center disaster in New York City. In 2001, some international terrorists working for Al Qaeda hijacked domestic planes filled with several hostages and crashed them into the Twin Towers of New York. After the planes made contact with the buildings, steel supporters holding the structures upright failed, causing several fires to start and the buildings to collapse. During the aftermath of the attack, 2,996 people were killed and even more were injured. Dr. Garzon was among the first relief workers at FEMA to help with the site. Understanding that you worked with FEMA for what was your initial reaction to the 2001 World Trade Center disaster in New York?
So that happened. I was coming home from a night shift in the emergency department when that happened immediately. And I got notified by pager about the event and was told that I was going.
Okay.
And it was a very personal thing for me because I grew up in New York and I went to medical school in New York.
Okay.
So my initial reaction was just not what a terrible thing it was, but also what a terrible thing was happening in my home city.
He helped retrieve people both alive and dead from the wreckage and attended to many of the injured. Another one of Dr. Garzon's major relief efforts was at the Ebola outbreak in Western Africa. In 2014, a deadly virus known as Ebola spread through the western regions of Africa. This virus is an infectious and even fatal disease that can be extremely contagious. The symptoms of this virus include internal bleeding, fever, fatigue, headache, nausea, and red eyes. The recent outbreak of this deadly disease has killed more than 4,877 people and has also forced healthcare workers treating Ebola patients to wear specialized suits to avoid catching it. To help with the relief efforts in Africa, Dr. Garzon traveled to Sierra Leone and oversaw the establishment of portable Ebola hospitals. What exactly did you do to help with the treatment?
I worked with an organization called International Medical Corps.
Okay.
That is a relief organization based in Los Angeles. And my role was to be the medical director of an Ebola treatment center, of the Ebola treatment center we were opening in Sierra Leone.
He even faced backlash and significant fear from the government and public when he returned to the U.S. I understand that many people, including the government, were very worried about relief workers spreading Ebola to the rest of our country. How did this affect you?
I was very concerned about relief workers getting Ebola in West Africa even before coming home.
Uh-huh.
And so I actually spent a lot of time and research speaking with the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, and the WHO, the World Health Organization, to get as informed as I could about the risks to healthcare workers.
Uh-huh.
And out of that grew knowledge and information about what risk we posed coming home in the U.S.
This incredible man has also helped out at the Haiti earthquake in the Caribbean, the Oklahoma City bombing in the U.S., and the New Orleans flood, as well as almost every major world disaster in the last 20 years. Have you ever considered yourself a hero?
Oh my goodness, no.
You haven't? Why not?
I have a particular interest in using the skill set I have, but I think anybody can do that. There's nothing.
Yeah, but the things you've done, there have been such great things. You've been helping with all these relief efforts.
I think I just have the tenacity to say yes more often than most people.
The world is safer because of people like Dr. Garzon.